All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Tuesday night training. My name is Jesse McPherson, and I have the privilege of coming at you here from Manila, Philippines, actually. So I'm actually coming to you from the future. It is Wednesday morning for me on January 29th. I know you guys are in the 28th over there. But as we head into the close of January here over the next couple of days, I wanted to give you a few things here that we knew that were very important in terms of what to focus on over the next couple of days and a few ways to help you close out this month of hitting your next rank. But at a minimum, what we want everybody focused on here is making sure that you finish January having your membership dues waived in February by accomplishing 6 direct members and getting into what we call our Club Six. In fact, this is going to be the kind of the staple, the building block, the foundational, the core rank of our company and where we're headed forward here. We got a chance to recognize all of our Club Six members that have gotten their membership fees waived at our event in Dallas last weekend. And of course, everybody that accomplishes it that didn't get a chance to cross in Dallas is going to be crossing the stage at our Amplify event in Atlanta. But anyway, before I jump into the details, I'm so excited to talk about our subject here today over the next little bit before our presentation that's going to be taking place. I want to get a chance to recognize all of our new people. If you're new, I want to welcome you, congratulate you on getting started here in free enterprise. And whether you're nervous or excited, I remember when I first got started in this space, I was excited, but I was also a little nervous. So I was at my lowest level of knowledge and my highest level of excitement. And this is kind of a dangerous combination at times. So one of the things we're going to be doing here is this. We want to keep the excitement at an all-time high, but we want to start raising the awareness and the education. So that way you're just not ignorance on fire. So you're ignorance on intelligence. And when you get a chance to do that, all of a sudden it's be amazing what can happen. What we don't want you to be, though, is the opposite side of that, which is knowledge on ice. And what we mean by that is knowing a lot and not doing anything doesn't accomplish much here in our business. I would rather you kind of run out of this with your hair on fire, not knowing what you're doing, and get into motion, because most of our business is actually learned through the experience of messing it up. I know most of the time as human beings and especially as adults, one of the biggest things we don't want to do is look bad or look like we don't know what we're doing. However, it's one of those things that if you want to speed up your rate of success, you got to speed up your rate of failure because that's what it is. And in our experience, there's no such thing as failure, just feedback. So we are failing forward, so to speak, because truly in our experience, the only way that you fail in our business in Enviago is when you give up and you don't keep moving forward. So let's jump into this. I got a PowerPoint. I'm going to go through a few things and I want to get into a couple of nuggets here of closing out the month and some things that are wildly important here for you from timing standpoints. So first of all, here inside of our organization here, we have a system as a company, which is our Elite Synergy system. Now, we have some very big teams and organizations that are across the world, from Team Global and Chillin' Worldwide and GPN, Get Paid Nation and Team Rhino and different teams. So make sure you plug into your team's leadership, as we have outstanding leaders and teams that have their own systems that you want to make sure and plug into, because this is where you're going to find a lot of community, camaraderie, and usually immediate and direct support. But as an overarching support here, as far as the Elite Synergy system, we wanted to make sure that everybody had access to great things that are going to help them as resources to build their business. You're going to find those on elitesynergysystem.com training events. We are constantly updating this, and you're going to see some updated videos here over the course of this week on back office tutorials, Viago Pay tutorials. You're going to see updated things on the getting started now that we are fully inside of our new systems coming out of Playbook. So excited for you guys to see those updates. So keep checking. Presentations, we're always updating different countries, different parts of the world, as we are literally launching India right now, which some pretty cool opportunities that are happening in the country here, which is awesome. So there's a lot happening globally in the world, which we'll give you some more details on later. As far as your ongoing and continuous education, what we have here is what we call the inner circle. This is learning on the go. This is your drive time university. This is when your hands might be busy, but your mind is free. Excuse me. That's going to give you an opportunity to learn our business in those 15-minute blocks, those bite-sized chunks where you might not have an hour set aside, but I'm telling you, you can actually increase your education. So if you want to compress those decades into days, excuse me, you're going to learn from people that have spent 10 plus years and made hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars inside of this space, and learning those little those nuggets that are going to help unlock the next level of your business. So also one of the most important things on our inner circle, all the trainings from our previous convention you're going to see, and we do an inner circle drop every week. James Kursky, Jen Newkirk, thank you so much for all the hard work you do on this. I know all of you are probably already in the inner circle. If you're not, make sure you get in there. And also the parties are pretty cool, our inner circle parties. So this month we are wrapping up our January with our triple play promotion, which is our points promotion. For every person that you introduce, you get a point. And for every point, you're going to get up there and get into that top 10. You get these tickets for the event. Second thing, you're going to get our top 5 are getting cash prizes. And when you get 20 or 30 points, we double and triple those cash rewards. So up to $9,000 on the table. So for those of you guys, let's get you on the board there. And more importantly is get you up there, and then let's run it up in February as well. Now, this is one of the things I want to talk about here real quickly is we have live presentations that are happening on pretty much a daily basis right now. So at different parts of the time and different leaders that are doing them, which are pretty darn amazing. And here in 20 minutes, there's going to be a live presentation, and it's going to be on MuzafferZoom.com. And this flyer has been out there. Many of you guys have seen this. I know Eric Grzybowski is doing Eric G and Friends for live from the beaches around the world. All the flyers you're going to find on our website, elitesynergysystem.com/events. So if you need something, you're going to be able to find it there. I know Shar does Club Biago memberships usually on Saturdays and goes over great training on that of utilizing your membership. And then here on Tuesdays, we've got our training topics. Just to let you guys know real quick is next week, instead of so I know that Sherry Sharman, as well as Muzaffer and myself, and are going to be doing some presentations next week. But we're going to be moving from doing our presentations on Tuesday to doing Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. You guys will get the details around that. And we're going to be moving it to a new link after the new month, right? So in February, it's actually not going to be on MuzafferZoom.com. It's going to be on EliteSynergyLive.com. Nothing you need to worry about now. Just want to give you guys a heads up. And we're going to be doing those on Monday and Wednesday and Saturday. The reason why is because we want to reserve Tuesday, number one, for our training night. So we don't have to kind of rush this. We can dive into some topics a little bit further on Tuesday. But also because it gives you time to promote. It's hard when you're on this training to promote for a call that's happening in 20 minutes. So Monday, we want to help you close the week strong. Start off Monday momentum, baby. We'll have Monday night presentation. Tuesday night, we'll kick off our pay week on Tuesday with our training, and that will push us into our Wednesday presentations, and then, of course, through the weekend. So all that, again, on our website. If you're ever confused, where do I go? EliteSynergySystem.com. You'll find the most up-to-date information and accurate things there on the site. Now, one of the big events that's coming up here is we just exited our playbook event, and I got my Dallas Playbook Let's Go convention t-shirt, limited edition t-shirt that we do from each event, from what an incredible time that we had in Dallas. And it was so good to see all of you guys. But our next playbook that is going to be incorporating Africa, Europe, and Asia all together in one, and many of you, I do know that there are quite a few of the Americans that have snuck onto this trip or this convention because the escape that is happening heading into it. Just so you know, we have sold out the escape twice and added 50 rooms, 50 rooms, 50 rooms. I think we're at almost 200 rooms, over 400 people just on the escape, let alone the convention that's going to be taking place in Dubai. So this is a bucket list trip. If you've never been, come with me. Eric, myself, and Eric Grzybowski are going to be helping host the event with friends. My wife and daughter are coming. So if you want to come play in the desert with us and in the kind of the adult playground of the world in Dubai using your reward escape trips, we opened up more rooms. There's a few more rooms, but the last chance to book is Friday, the end of the month, for the Dubai escape. Now, convention, you can come at any time, which is happening over the weekend. Now, at the same time of our Dubai event, we have our March regional training events. These are our localized events, which are happening in these 10, 12 cities across the United States. So you want to put this in your calendar. Many of you got the tickets for this event. If you didn't, again, you can get them on viagoevents.com. Again, or our team site, our system site, you can see all the details of it. So this is where we're going. So from now, we're closing out January, heading into February. February is going to be an amazing month. And as we head into our March RTEs and then heading to Amplify. I'll just mute that real quick. Amplify 2025, we are going to Atlanta. So this is going to be an amazing event the first weekend of May. So we want to get you guys out to this event from our parties and inner circle and everything. Again, if you didn't get your tickets already, get there, because this is really what we call your 90-day run. So between February, March, and April, okay, heading right into our event, this is this time frame where in 90 days, you can literally set yourself up for some amazing momentum in your business. Now, if you haven't gotten this is a form that we like to, as a leadership, that is always great to kind of like check in, inspect what you expect. And you can get this on our system site, elitesynergysystem.com, and it just goes over where are you at in the business, what are your goals, what do you want to accomplish, and what are you willing to give up? What's at stake here for you? What are you willing to change? And or because look, if you want to give up, usually, go up, you got to give up something. So where can you steal some time from somewhere else to put into your future and your business? So great tool and resource on our site. Now, I'm going to take a quick second on this. Coming back from this event, we had an incredible event from our Thursday Trainers Academy for our Sapphires and above, which was amazing. Then on top of that, on Friday, we had our breakout session, which went over the power of our membership, right? And then on Friday night, we had our Inner Circle party, which was our cowboy themed party, which was an absolute blast. So watching you guys on that dance floor and dressed up, and I got my cowboy boots on, which was fun. So we'll be posting some pictures here shortly. And then on Saturday, Sunday, the event, and then of course our Sunday farewell party. I can tell you we have a lot of things in prepare for you for Atlanta, but here's what we would love from you. We want your feedback. So we love hearing it. So we love getting a chance to know, what did you like best? What did you want to see more of, more, better, different, and all that. Now, of course, when you have an event with over 1,000 people, there's always feedback, which I love, which is somebody says it was too hot and then somebody says it was too cold. That's just part of it, right? Somebody says it was too, we couldn't hear, and somebody says it was too loud. That's normal. However, we love getting some of those ideas. Sometimes some of the best ideas for an event come from somebody, that's sitting in the audience. Hey, have you thought of this? But one of the things we love about it is if we get consistent feedback about something, we know that's a place that we can make some great adjustments, because this is not my event. This is our event system here with Good Life Trainings that you have an opportunity to have ownership in and be able to actually earn from here as we continue to grow. So please grab that QR code, get us that feedback. It's something very important to us that we love. Now, triple play promotions, our double cycles, everything is there. It's time to go after this thing. So many of you guys know about the promotions. If you're brand new, you don't need to worry so much about the promotions. Your focus is get 6. Now, my sister from another Mista, Pamela Pacheco, is going to be helping host this new escape that just got on there July, which is in Puerto Rico. So July 7th through the 11th, 5 days, 4 nights. Look, we're adding more and more and more escapes to the platform. So go to make sure you're checking back. And we want you to be using your points, so because many of you guys, you got your Viago points. Use those points. Get to Dubai. Get to here. Start planning it for it. And I can't wait for you guys to hear about some other reward escape trips that are going to be dropped over the course of 2025. But get your passports ready, baby. And start using it. We've also added a couple that are going to be available in different parts of the region in the world. So stay tuned for that. I'll be in March in Dubai. In April, I'll be in Vietnam. If you want to come experience Vietnam with me in April, it's going to be amazing. And then obviously back with you guys in May in Atlanta. So that is what I wanted to go through there with you on the slides. Now, all those details on our site. Before we get into closing out the end of this month here, between the presentation happening here in 14 minutes, 13 minutes, and every day pretty much, I'm going to be doing the presentation tomorrow, which is Wednesday. I'm also going to be doing the presentation on Friday, the last day of the month. So if you want to catch me, it's going to be at the same time, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time on MuzaffarZoom.com. And again, website has all that. So here, presentation tomorrow, we got plenty of opportunities. Before I get into that, I want to kind of just show you guys something that I think is important when it comes to this, because I learned this actually at a convention. I was looking through my notebooks from 22 years ago, almost 23 years ago, when I went to an event at the Long Beach Convention Center in Southern California as my very first event that opened my eyes to what was possible for a broke starving artist like me from Los Angeles that was wanted to know if it was possible to be successful. And one of the people that put on that event was the woman that is going to be hosting those presentations tonight, Sherry Sharman. And Sherry, I love you, girl, but I wanted to pull this up because I thought it was relevant here for where we are and what we're building. So this was something I learned at that weekend that was mind-blowing to me when it came to building. And the reason why is this made so much sense to me. I was confused why it didn't make sense to other people. I don't know. I don't know. I was almost like, how does everybody not get this? Like, it seems like the biggest no-brainer that I've ever seen, right? Not just the opportunity, but travel and lifestyle and savings and experience. And I was almost taken aback by the people who didn't get it or didn't understand it, you know? So it was interesting for me. So anyway, this is something that I learned when they drew this out. So they drew this big pyramid, and I was like, yeah, that's right. People have said that. And I was like, no, no, no. Let's say this pyramid represents the total population. Okay. And what they wrote down was this is that 27% of the population are what they call unmotivatable. Okay. Unmotivatable. Couldn't motivate them even if you tried, right? So these are people, the glass is always half empty. They are the, oh, well, not to play devil's advocate, well, I'm a realist. No, you're negative, like, right? So whatever you tell them, oh, they'll scam, doesn't work. They're unmotivatable. Like it doesn't matter what you do. These are the people that will complain about everything, tell everybody else what they're doing wrong or what the government should be doing, what their boss should be doing, but then they themselves do not practice anything that they preach. And it is always victim, 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 unmotivatable. Listen, here's the thing. You don't even want these people in our business. But you know what's weird? Some of the times we try to convince them. We're trying to convince these people to join us. Just no, no, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay. So just let it go. Now, it's not let's go, it's let it go. Ah, it's funny. So anyway, so what is that? That's about 3 out of 10 people, which is crazy. Now, in the middle chunk, there's this 60% of the population which are motivatable. Okay. Now, motivatable, what's motivatable, right? So motivatable means that they're generally highly influenced by their environment. Okay. They're kind of hot and cold, yes and no, kind of sorta. Sometimes we call them roller coaster riders. And what I mean by that is this is 1 minute they're really excited. Oh my God, yes, travel Viago. The next day they're like, I don't think this is a good idea. Right. And you're like, how did you flop so fast? Right. So, and what I mean is that a lot of times these group of people that are motivatables, they take a lot of cues from what I call the outside. And what I mean is instead of having reassurance from the inside, they're trying to find reassurance from somewhere else. And because of that is if they're talking to somebody that isn't excited about Viago, they're not excited about Viago. If they're talking to someone that's excited about Viago, they're excited about Viago. So a lot of times they're highly influenced by their environment. This is why associations matter. Now, why is that important for us to understand? These are kind of sortas. And if you had a chance, Jen Newkirk, who did such a phenomenal training at that event of showing you what the work looks like, she had me come out at the end of the convention with a sign that says when I. And there's a lot of what I call when I people. How many of you guys know these people? Well, when I get the money, when I get some time, when the new year starts, when the kids get out of school, when the weather gets better, when there's a new election, when I get my tax return, when the sun and the moon and the stars align, when all the lights turn green, I'll leave the house. It's like, well, when is that? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of when I people. Now, I'm not saying you're going to leave these people, but at the same time, what we're not going to do is we're not going to wait for these people. If you wait for when I people, you will die. So, all right, that's not what we're doing. Now, motivatables are a big chunk, but also on top of that, there's the 10%, which are the self-motivated. Now, what are self-motivated people? Self-motivated people are pretty easy to identify. They're the ones that are usually more business-oriented or self-employed. If you want it done right, do it yourself, right? So, And these people work 80 hours a week for themselves, so they don't have to work 40 hours a week for someone else. A lot of times they don't take direction very well. They don't like being told what to do. A lot of times you'll find them in the can be generally competitive, not always, right? So, but self-motivated people. All right. Now, many of you that are here today are self-motivated. That's why you're here. Now, some of you guys, for me, I was more motivatable when I first got started. So self-motivated people, it's like this. They don't need someone else to go with them to go to the gym if they're self-motivated in that. Now, there's different areas of your life. You may be one or the other. But self-motivated people, I just want you to be careful because a lot of times what happens is you get really pissed off at these people, you know? And the reason why they're like, I don't understand. Why don't they just do what they said they're going to do, right? They said they were going to watch the video. Why didn't they watch the video, right? And they're like, that's it. I can't deal with all these people. I don't want to, like, and anyone guilty of this at times, So I'm just like, like it's so aggravating. It's like, motivatables made me want to pull my hair out because I'm like, why, like, look, if you're interested, be interested. If you're not interested, you're not interested. If you're going to join, you're going to join. Why is it like, well, I got to think of what do you got to think about? Like, so this was me. I might have been a little over the top on some of this with some people when I first got started. I was a little crazy. I know you would have never believed it, but Jesse McPherson, when his early 20s, was a little bit of a psycho. So now self-motivated people. So be careful, be careful not to blow out your motivatables. And I'll tell you why. Part of the reason why is this: most of them, what they're looking for is reassurance. They're not looking for pressure. They're just looking for, hey, am I going to get support? Is this going to work? Is this going to work for me? So they're looking for some support, some love. So self-motivated people, you give a kick in the butt. Motivatables, they don't need a kick in the butt. They need a hug. Just give them a hug. Come on, let's go. Come on, we got this. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, right? So come on. So that's honestly, some of you, that's the only thing you need to do to get some people to join you is they just need to come on, come on, come on. All right. So you got to practice it. And I don't know why you got to do the head tilt. Yeah. Come on, just come on. So anyway, everybody practice it. Go, come on. There you go. There you go. Tim, great job. Professional head tilter. I liked it. Then your top 3% are what we call, when I was taught this, is the word motivators. Okay. Now, I'm not a big fan of the word because I think when people hear the word motivator, right? So what they think of is kind of like a cheerleader or coach. Nothing wrong with cheerleaders. We need cheerleaders in our lives. It's just not quite the right word that I'm thinking about here. So I've crossed this out and put mentors or coach, meaning someone who's been there, done that, got the t-shirt. So now, why is this important? So over the next few minutes, here's what I want you to do is this. What happens to a lot of people is we slow down our inviting process because what happens a lot of times is we'll go out there and we'll get no's and we'll get maybes, we'll get rejections. And then instead of just letting that kind of, fall off you like water off a duck's back, we take it really personal. I remember the first no's I got was like almost getting punched in the gut and the stomach. It took me days to recover. The only problem is that I want you to be Club 6 by the end of Friday, which means you've got 3 days, right? So in 3 days, you can't get 2 days where you're knocked out, right? So now why is that important? Well, if this is the population, what does that mean? That means that about 3 out of 10 people you talk to are probably just going to be no, or they're going to be negative. Okay. All right. Then you've got about, what is this? 6 out of 10 people, if you look at it, that are going to be maybe maybes, kind ofs, sort ofs. I got to talk to my spouse, blah, 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 whatever it is, which is fine and normal. Some of those people, they're going to join, but they're not going to join until February. Some of them are going to join in March. Some of them are going to join in 2026. And a lot of them are never going to join because they're going to let their indecision and their fear and insecurity or somebody else talk them out of joining our community. And that's going to happen. You're also going to get these people that are going to ghost you, right? So anybody been ghosted before, right? These are the people that you're going to set an appointment and you're going to have a lot of what we call no-shows with this group. They said they were going to show, but they're actually not no-shows. They're me shows. Why? Because you showed. Me showed. So now that happens. That's going to happen, right? But then you got 1 out of 10, which are usually your fast decision makers. They're fast yeses, they're fast nos. They're pretty straightforward. They're a hard no or they're a hard yes. And when you go through this, but why is this important? Because you got to develop this ratio of going, okay, well, if I want 6 that say yes, and I want 6 that say yes now, and I want that quickly, then I can't just talk to three because I mean, I could get three unmotivatables. I don't know. That could be my next three. I could get one wishy-washy, one kind of sort of, and one hard no, but I got to get through those numbers. So what you're going to do in the very beginning is this, is you're going to make up in numbers what you lack in skill. But right now is this, I want you to kind of categorize and go, cool, that is. For me, this was like a relief for me when I saw this for the first time because I was like, oh, they're an unmotivatable. I'm not saying they're a bad person. They're just not a yes or fit for this. If I want to put everybody I know into the category as does Viago make sense? Are they going to do it? Will they build it? Will they join this? Then cool. I could just go, they're this category right now. And I could just move on to the next invite. And I can go into the next invite with as much enthusiasm as possible. Not that I did something wrong, because you can't say the wrong thing to the right people. So basics, just basic stuff here. Because what I don't want any of you to do is feel like sometimes you're not necessarily doing it wrong. You're just not doing it enough. And what I want you to do is I want you to go faster, fail faster, mess up faster, because then I know you're going to find your next yes. So over the next 3 days, don't focus on being good, focus on being busy. So focus on inviting. Even if you just call people and just like, I would rather you just call people and just go, oh my God, I got to show you something and hang up and mess it up than not do anything at all. Right? So listen, there's something exciting. You got to take a look at this. I'll give you one of my lines. I would rather you tell me no now than yes later. I would rather you tell me no now than yes later. You got to take a look at this. And the last thing I'll give you, one of mine that helped me throughout the years is this, is I'm 100% unattached to you doing this, but I'm 100% attached to you seeing it. I'm 100% unattached to you doing this, but I'm 100% attached to you seeing this. So you want to see it now or you want to see it later? Once you see it, you can make a decision. Until that point, you can't tell me. You can't tell me you don't like chocolate if you've never tried chocolate. That's a stupid thing to say. You can't tell me, oh, I know what Viago is. No, you don't. It just launched. Nobody. So this is brand new. Oh, I've seen these things before. Okay. Well, you've seen movies before. Not all movies are the same. You've eaten at restaurants before. You've dated people before. Not all people are the same. Look, don't let, again, not attached to you doing it, 100% attached to you seeing it. Again, I would rather you tell me no now than yes later. So let's go. And then you can go let them sort themselves out, but you got to get to as many people as you possibly can so you can close this month at Club 6 or Club 6 or Club 6 or Club 6. I don't know what we're doing. So Club 6. Ooh, I like this one. Yeah, Club 6. So I know I'm goofy. Anyway, presentation is starting. We're going to head over to muzaffarzoom.com. I know we got a great presentation lined up for you. Learn the presentation. I'll be on tomorrow night's presentation, and we will see you guys closing out this month and more importantly, crossing that stage in Atlanta. God bless. Have a good night. Bye, guys.